What's it like in New York City? I'm 1,000 miles away, but girl, tonight you look so pretty, yes you do. Times Square can shine as bright as you, I swear it's true. Hey there Delilah, don't you worry about the distance, I'm right there if you got...
Hey guys, my name's Dave and welcome to another Guitars Already Hero song tutorial. In this lesson, I'm going to teach you how to play Hey There Delilah by the Plain White T's, which is a great finger picking song. Now for the basics of this song, you'll just need a guitar in standard tuning and you won't need a capo. The guitar I'm playing here is the Orangewood Sage. If you want to find out more, there's a link in the description below. If you want to master your chords back to front, then be sure to head over to guitarsalreadyhero.com to pick up my free guitar ebook. Or if you want to improve on your finger picking, then check out Guitars Already Hero Premium, which is my complete step-by-step guitar course. Let's jump into the lesson. So let's start with our finger picking basics. Now, your index and middle finger will take care of the third and second strings respectively. And what I like to do is actually just use my ring finger to place it right underneath this first string. And I just leave it there the whole time. I almost use it as an anchor or reference point so that my hand isn't floating everywhere and struggling to hit the strings. So I just always have contact with that first string with my ring finger like that. And the thumb will take care of the 6th, 5th, and 4th strings. So let's start with the intro, which is really simple. So we're going to start with the D chord, but we're going to play the D chord in a particular way. So index finger on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string and middle finger on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string. Now our picking pattern here is really simple. It's just the bass note and then the 3rd and 2nd strings together. So let's just define that as one picking pattern. So bass note and 2nd and 3rd strings together. That's one picking pattern. We're going to play that 4 times for the D. And then we go to an F sharp minor. So with your index finger already where it is, you're going to lift your middle finger and then bar that index finger across the 2nd frets of the 2nd and 3rd strings. Your ring finger will come up and hit the 4th fret of the 4th string. So this is our shape and we're going to pluck this with 4 picking patterns. And then we just repeat that D and F sharp again. So the intro sounds like this. Next we get to the verse, which has 2 lines of tab. Now the first line of tab is almost identical to the intro, with the only exception being that very last picking pattern on the F sharp minor. We don't play the full picking pattern. We're just hitting that bass note by itself and then ringing it out. So that last bar, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then for the second line of tab, we then go to a B minor shape. Now don't worry too much about barring this B minor. The 3 important notes here is the 2nd fret of the 5th string, so that one, and then the 4th fret of the 3rd string, and then the 3rd fret of the 2nd string. So those are the 3 important notes that we need to really push down because those are the ones we're plucking. We're going to play this with 3 picking patterns. And then on the 4th beat, we just lift our index finger and hit the open A string. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... Then we go to a G chord. Now the actual singer from the Plain White T's, when he plays it, he uses a G bar chord like this. You could use an open G chord shape too, but this is going to be more accurate. Again, there's only 3 notes that we really need to focus on. That's the bass note here, and the 4th fret of the 3rd string, and the 3rd fret of the 2nd string. Now, if you're having troubles playing that bar chord, then you can just rearrange your fingers so that you're only focusing on those 3 notes, like that. We're going to play this for 2 picking patterns. So again, you can pick to play this shape or this shape, it's up to you, but I will be playing this bar chord shape for the rest of this lesson. Then we go to an A shape. So to play the A, you just bar your index finger across the 2nd frets of the 4th, 3rd, and 2nd strings. We're playing this for 2 picking patterns, and our bass note's the 5th string. So that bar in total. Then we go back to our B minor for 1 full bar, so 4 picking patterns. Then then we go back to our A for 2 picking patterns. And then there's a variation to the A where you take your pinky finger, put on the 5th fret of the 2nd string, and 2 picking patterns here. So the second line of tab in total. And the verse in total. Next we get to the chorus, which is really simple. There's just one line of tab here. We're going to start in the D, play this for 3 picking patterns. And then on the 4th beat we hit the open 5th string. Then we go to a B minor for 3 picking patterns. And for the 4th picking pattern, we just take our ring finger here and move it up 1 string. So it's the 4th fret of the 5th string, and that's our new bass note. But keep your middle and pinky finger where they are. And we're going to pluck this for 1 picking pattern. So that bar in total. The 3rd and 4th bars are identical to the 1st and 2nd bars. So the chorus in total just sounds like this. And that's it for the chorus. So after the first chorus, there's a short break, which is really simple. So we just have that D for 3 picking patterns. And then a D/A, so your bass note's now the 5th string. So the break after the first chorus. Next we move on to chorus number 2. Now chorus number 2 is almost identical to chorus number 1, except we have 2 lines of tabs here because our final bar differs a tiny bit. So instead of doing this B minor and then going up with our ring finger to the 4th fret like this, we're going to play 3 picking patterns on the B minor and then hit the open A string. So that's the only thing that we do differently in the second chorus, that last B minor, then to the open A string. Then we get to the bridge. So the bridge has 4 lines of tab. We start on our G for 4 picking patterns, 4 patterns on the A, 3 patterns on the D, open A string, and then B minor for 3 picking patterns, and back to the open A string. So the first line of tab. Now for the second line of tab, it's almost identical with the exception of 1 note. So for the 3rd bar with this D, instead of hitting the open A, we're hitting the 4th fret of the 5th string on that 4th beat. So that 3rd bar in the second line of tab. And then we go to that B minor bar. Now the 3rd line of tab is G for 4 picking patterns, our A for 3 picking patterns, followed by 1 hit on the open 5th string, so, and then B minor for 4 picking patterns, and that ends the 3rd line of tab. And the 4th line of tab is the A for 4 picking patterns, and then the A with this pinky finger on the 5th fret of the 2nd string for 4 picking patterns. So that's it for the bridge, which sounds like this altogether. final thing we need to learn is the third verse, which has 4 lines of tab. So the first line of tab is identical to the other verses, nothing new there. For the second line tab, we have B minor for 3 picking patterns followed by an open 5th string. G for 2 picking patterns, A for 2 picking patterns. And then the third and fourth bars are identical to the first and second bars. So the second line of tab. Then for our third line of tab, our first and second bars are identical to the first and second bars in the second line of tab, so nothing new there. For the third bar, we go to the B minor for 4 picking patterns, then we go to the A for the 4 picking patterns, and then for the fourth line of tab, we go to this A with the pinky finger for 4 picking patterns. So that's everything for the third verse, which sounds like this. And those are all the parts you need to learn for this song. So in terms of structure, we have the intro, then verse 1, first chorus, then the little break after the first chorus, second verse, second chorus, then we go to the bridge, then there's a third verse and a final chorus, and that takes us to the end of the song. So now I'll be doing a full playthrough of the song, and I'll have a vocal track on top for some context. Big thanks to my friend Eric for lending his awesome vocals to this playthrough. Feel free to play this back as many times as you'd like to practice playing along to and see how you go.
Hey there, Delilah, what's it like in New York City? I'm 1,000 miles away, but girl, tonight you look so pretty, yes you do. Times Square can shine as bright as you, I swear it's true. Hey there, Delilah, don't you worry
Thanks so much for watching. If you've enjoyed this lesson, then I know you'll absolutely love these other lessons too. So hit the link here, or if you want to grab a copy of my free guitar ebook, then head over to guitar0tohero.com or click the link here. Thanks so much, and I'll see you guys next time on Guitar Zero to Hero. Cheers.